So I finally got to see Toxic Avenger. Man, this movie had a rough start. First it was supposed to go straight to streaming. Then it got canceled because it was, quote, too much. Then, credit to you guys of all the backlash of the cancellation, it actually got a theatrical release. And you know what? This is where the movie belongs, because this shocked me. And I love when a movie shocks me. I love when I go into a movie with minimal expectations and get blown away by it. I really enjoyed this movie. It doesn't take itself seriously. And that was the biggest issue I had with this. I was thinking, are we going to go into this reboot way too seriously? Because the movies back from the 80s, and they were really campy and really corny. And this movie embraces that full-heartedly. This movie really looks like it was filmed in the late 80s. And I know they did that on purpose. And I'm glad they took that approach, because if they would have tried to film this as if it were, 2025, it wouldn't have been as good. That level of comedic gore that you get with Toxic Avenger is what made this movie great. The over-the-top, almost B-rated. I want to say it almost felt like a B-rated movie, but purposefully. It was done really well. And the casting, I'm going to jump right to Kevin Bacon, who plays an amazing villain in every movie he is in. I don't know what it is about Kevin Bacon. He's a super nice guy, at least that's what they say, but he plays an incredible villain. I mean, hey, if you got it, you got it, right? And then we got Peter Dinklage, who I wasn't sure about at first. And I was wrong. He played a great Avenger, a great Toxie. The only problem was he wasn't actually Toxie. Side note, he plays Winston, who is stepfather to Wade. And yes, they do change the origin a bit in this movie. So if you are a hardcore Toxic Avenger fan, you might get a little bit on this. Because, yeah, they do change the origin. They change the name a little bit. Things like that. So, it's not true to the source material. But that's okay. I like what they did. But then again, I'm not a hardcore fan. So, that be up for you to judge. I'm getting sidetracked. But what I'm saying, he played Winston. He was not actually Toxie. He did not play Toxie. He voiced Toxie. But Luisa Guerrero was actually Toxie. She was the one behind the costume, and Peter Dinklage voiced over. So, credit to her. She did a great job. Acting aspect of this, she did great. I don't know why she's not credited more in this, but she should be. And from what I've read, the reason they did this is when he becomes Toxie, he needs to grow. He needs to be bigger. And the only way they could do that is put someone bigger in a suit. But they didn't want to go too big. Peter Dinklage, being a little person, needs to grow. But how do you do that? Well, you get another little person who's bigger than him. So that's what they did. Great move, by the way. I think she did a fantastic job. I think Peter Dinklage did a good job with the voiceover, because that's kind of hard to do sometimes, especially in live action. But it was great. It was a fantastic movie. The gore in here, there is a lot of gore. There is a lot of gore. And it's a lot of over-the-top gore. That over-the-top that you get from B-rated movies or low-budget movies. Is that still okay to say, B-rated movies? Everybody's saying low-budget now, but that's fine. That over the top, where your jaw is hanging off, or he cuts the top of your head off and there's a brain that's pulsating in there. That's the kind you get. And it's entertaining. It's very entertaining. I can start to see a little bit of why they went, oh, this is too much. We can't put this out. And I only say that because of today's modern society, who I think has gotten too soft. I mean, look at Terrifier. It's nowhere even compared to Terrifier, yet they said it was too much. I don't know. whatever. But it was a good movie. I think this movie was so great. It really did embody that time frame, the way it was filmed, the 80s feel. There was a level of comedic tone to it, the campiness. It was entertaining, and I'm not even a hardcore Toxic Avenger fan. I thought this was a great movie. So if you are a Toxic Avengers fan, you might have to look past the origin change. And if you can, you're going to enjoy this movie. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of the Toxic Avenger. Did it meet your standards? Hit that like and subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you at the concession stands.